Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So, yet again, we have even more hotfixes and changes to Phase 8 and the Scarlet Enclave. So, we're going to dive right into them and start talking about what we have to look forward to. So, we have Season of Discovery. Exquisite spices from the Scarlet Junk Box are no longer bind on pickup. This does not retroactively apply to previously tamed exquisite spices. So I think that is just simply wrong, because mine, which I haven't done my weekly yet, are bind on pickup, and I will show you that in a moment. They are no longer that, so I'll show you that when we go back to the game. Condemnation will now activate its effect when abilities such as Insect Swarm and Shadow Ward Pain are cast. I'm not entirely sure what that effect is specifically, but I guess that's good. Class changes. Spirit of Redemption will no longer prevent the use of Dark Moon card Twisting Nether. For Shaman, for players to adjust to the set bonus change, the Naxxramas tier vendor for Shamans will now offer an exchange from the enhancement tier to the tank tier. This is a one-way exchange and will no longer be available after April 28th. So that is by the change that happened yesterday. They're allowing us to then swap our gear if Shamans were affected and had that, so that's at least good. You know, since they completely deleted it, it's good to be able to exchange it for the next 2 weeks. Then, Alexi the Beast Lord. Big Scarlet Enclave changes here. Innervate and Enkindle can no longer target pets, so pets won't die. And now, Enkindle and Innervate now ignore line of sight. So you get hit by both stacks by proximity and not by the sort of LOSing fence strat. So that made that fight a lot harder. We're going to try a different thing tonight. However, we struggled a lot going in there trying to do it the real way with lots of rotations, and it was tough. Next, we have Balnazar. Sleep now grants players damage immunity, and the carrier of the Quarian Swarm now has a visible debuff, so they have bugs swarming around them. That's good. The sleep's funny because we killed it literally like 20 minutes before the hotfixes went, and a lot of our raid died during the sweep because they had the bug swarm on them. And so it's quite funny to, while we were clearing from Balmazar to Beatrix, the hotfixes drop. So it's really funny to see, like, half our raid died to that effect, and then we saw more. Then we have Alien Voss. Ambition no longer increases her casting speed. Immolation Aura no longer hits pets. Intoxicating Venom should no longer dispel anything other than itself. And Petrus Poison Bolts during Berserk now ignore line of sight. So people were sort of LOSing and cheesing her Berserk, I'd imagine, and she was just running in a circle and being forever kited. So, good changes. I never got to Alien Voss because, once again, we need the enraged timers to be longer. We're not mythic raiders. We're not cutting-edge raiders. We're just a bunch of people trying to enjoy the game, and it is really sad that we have to hit some arbitrary, lazy, super high DPS check to progress. So, I would recommend strongly, before everyone quits the game, that we see enraged timers increase on Dockmaster and Council. They are just ridiculously tight, and there's no reason to have to efficiently do those mechanics to a degree that you're maintaining very high DPS as well. So this is terrible game design. So please, I'm going to ask every single video we have patch notes, please change this immediately before it's too late. Anyway, let's look and see what some people had to say about these big changes that we saw yesterday. So this dude has to say, so people who got lucky with 3 first week get tier. That makes sense. Yep, pretty much. Honestly, the drop rate was incredibly low to get more than 3. I only know like two of my guildies that got it and had it happen to them. One dude had it on 2 characters, which dude has insane luck, so good to see that. But yeah, pretty much everyone got one. I know a lot of people who tried it on multiple characters got one. I personally did it on all my characters, and I only got one. So I think it's very, very small people that got extra. And overall, it is a good change. It's just, you know, the 2 pieces are massive power spikes that people could use this week, so it just kind of sucks. Any intent on to fix pet damage taken. You've added these items to make hunters want to use their pets again for the new Scarlet raid. However, when your pet dies 1 second into the fight, feels bad. Beastmaster and Soliostris. That sucks. Yeah, they usually do that. Terrible timing on the set change. Should have happened while Nax was live. Please either refund our material costs to create set items or have a mechanism in place to swap them to our appropriate loot specs. So that's what they added. Awesome to see that feedback and then that get changed. Then this is the second week of the phase, not the third, as people who got lucky last week. That is correct. This dude said, why are you nerfing Ellie Shamans but buff ret pallies? They don't need to be buffed. They're going to be broken come full abyss. This is a tank. That's a tank. That's a tanking attack. They're buffing tank paladins. Enhance in my pants. But yeah, of course, you know, Blizzard only plays Alliance, and all the devs are paladins, so obviously shamans get nerfed and paladins get buffed. You know how it is. You know how it is over here in the Horde in our mud huts. We gotta take what we can get. I'm obviously being facetious with those remarks. Don't take them too seriously, guys. Then any way to make the tradable to Ellie gear for people who got Ellie, so that is adjusted here. See, these people like this, like, it blows my mind because, as we can see, he's commenting about these changes, and then he just skips over the post. Like, this is chronological here on the forums. He literally skips over the post where it says that players will now be able to trade it, and then he just goes ahead and asks this without continuing to go down and read. It's just very funny. This is a much-needed prop paladin nerf and does not affect right powers at all. Chill out on the Doom. That isn't a prop paladin nerf. Like, I'm going to reread this, but to me, that sounds like it's hitting more people. So it deals 4 times the damage instead of 3 times. It is hitting more people than less, and the shield has a higher hit percentage. Like, I can't play paladin because I'm Horde, but to reiterate, this really seems like that's a paladin buff and not a nerf. But that just goes to show you the people who are on the forums, you know, they might not always be correct with their statements and stuff. But anyway, once again, I'm enjoying Scarlet Enclave. I'm enjoying that it is difficult, but hitting just arbitrary DPS checks because, oh no, timer expired, when SOD has never had those. SOD has not been about that. Classic WoW has not been about that. I think we are dangerously close to Season of Discovery and whatever's next. Classic Plus, if this is the core design for it, it is just becoming more and more like retail, and that is not what Classic is about. I think we're losing the sight of it. I love the story. I love the raid. I think the raid is very well done. Like, these NPCs fighting here after you've killed Beatrix is so cool, and I really enjoy a lot of it. I just wish that we got rid of those enraged timers. I'm not complaining that it's hard. I like the challenge, but when you do all the mechanics properly and you're losing because in the act of doing those mechanics you fail some DPS check that is a completely arbitrary number, it just doesn't make sense, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I think it is a terrible decision, and I will complain about it every single patch notes we have until SOD ends if it is not changed. So anyway, I truly hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey you. Yes you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.